Hi everyone, this is Annette from AE Stamps Latte, and today I'm going to be sharing my host code perks gift when you place an order with me in March. During the month of March, Stampin' Up! Is offering the bundles of savings, and you can get the mini embossed die cut and emboss machine that is normally $60 for $40. And then they paired them with about 13 bundles that are reduced at 20% off. And one of the bundles is the Quiet Meadow bundle, and I decided to tag along with the special, and I have made a card kit containing 3 projects, both the front and the inside, and it comes with envelopes that are that you can decorate as well, and I will provide the paper for that as well when you place a $40 order with me. Lately, I have been giving my customers a choice of 2 things that they can get when they place an order with me, and so I am continuing that with also in the month of March. So if you place a $40 order with me, you can get a card kit supplies using this bundle, and you don't have to have this bundle to complete the projects. But I designed it so focusing on these beautiful die elements themselves. So you could just add your own sentiment if you don't have it. But right now, if you buy this bundle, it's only $47. So it's a really great savings. And so it's such a pretty bundle, I thought that I would show you how awesome it is. But if you don't want the card kit supplies with the $40 order, you could choose the new Rhinestone Wave Basic Jewels. And these are a part of another special that is happening right now through the end of May. And it focuses on a brand new bundle that is an early release called the Waves of Inspiration, and it comes with designer series paper and some foil paper, and then these matching gems that deal with the colors of blue. So I really loved these so much, so I decided that I wanted to share it with my customers because it has all the kind of blues that are, that we want to be able to use and pair with. So it has Night of Navy, Pacific Point, Balmy Blue, Pool Party, Granny Apple Green, and then this last one could be Coastal Cabana or Bermuda Bay. So these are really fun gems. So if you place a $40 order, you can get my card kit supplies for 3 projects with completed insides or the gems. But if you place a $70 order, you can get both of these things with me. So that is my special for the month of March when you shop with me. And so I thought it would be fun to actually show you how awesome this bundle is and make a card. And I'm going to be focusing specifically on the stamp set itself. So, by the way, I paired this with the Pattern Party Designer Series paper, which is a host code gift choice that you can get if you have a $150 order or a party of $150. And it's right here. And you get 48 sheets in here, which has 12 different designs. And on the flip side, it's black and white, and it has some really fun colors to work with. And so you get 4 each of 12 for only $18 if you put in a $150 order or host a party that equals $150. So I thought it would be fun to pair it with that because for one, I have a lot of it so I can make everything. And so my projects are focused on this, and like I said, you can decorate the envelope to match it perfectly too. So they're really nice cards. I put a lot of effort into the cards that I make, and now I'm going to show you and focus specifically on the stamp set to show you how fun and easy this this stamp set is. So I chose the same designer series paper, and I pulled out a Pool Party piece that has these little polka dots on it. And so this is going to be my color theme for my card that I'm working with this flower. So what I did in advance of this video is I pre-stamped the image on a basic white piece of paper that measures 3 5/8, or excuse me, 3 1/2 by 4 7/8. So I made it a little smaller than a card front. And as you can see, I knew that I was going to be doing this. So when I stamped it, I wanted to kind of center it in between this paper and that. So that's why the flower is on that side like that. So now we are going to color it, and I love Stampin' Blend. So since we're working with Pool Party, we're going to be coloring the flowers with Pool Party, and the centers with Daffodil Delight, and the stems with Old Olive, but you could use any green that you have. And you wouldn't necessarily have to use Stampin' Blends, but I love them. But I wanted to, instead of doing some blending, I wanted these flowers to really pop. So I decided to pair it also with the Smoky Slate. And this one is the dark one. So we're going to color it, and I'm going to show you how pretty you can make this flower really quickly. So I'm going to start by just coloring the centers of the flower with the dark Daffodil Delight. Okay. And now I'm going to be taking the dark Smoky Slate, and I am going to be adding some gray around the centers of the yellow, but I don't want it to bleed into the yellow because these are alcohol markers. So I'm actually going to be going outward, and so it doesn't go into my yellow. So I'm just adding a small amount, and like I said, going outwards on my flowers. And this is super easy. You don't have to be talented blender, stamper, colorer. Just need to like to color to get this effect. That's why I like Stampin' Blends, because you can't really go too wrong with them. So those are the main flowers, and now we have some other ones here that look like they're going to be opening. So I'm going to add that to the bottom. Just like that. And now we're going to add the Pool Party, and this is the dark Pool Party. And instead of going outward again, I'm going to go inward towards the gray because I don't want it to blend, because we're working with a small area. You can blend it, but I don't want it to for this particular one. So I'm just going to color the petals and then end up, you know, just on the outside of the gray like that. And as you can see, I'm not blending. I'm just adding the color, tapping it on, because it is a small area, and if you put too much on it, it will bleed and blend, and I don't want that effect. So I'm just adding the blue towards the gray and stopping once I get to the gray. And I'm going to do that for the rest of them. Of course, you could do the blending, and so if I were doing this, you know, you could do the light and dark of a color. So I could do Pool Party light on the outside, and then the Pool Party dark, and then you could blend. You just still wouldn't want to do it too much because it is a small area. Okay, and now I'm going to get those other dudes. Doesn't that look so pretty? Okay, so now we're going to do the stems. And because it's such a small area, but this is a great point for this, so I have to turn it so I can see a little bit better, but you just drag it down really like a feather motion to do it, and you only need one color because there is so much detail going on with these actual flowers that Stampin' Up! Provided in the image. And I would say this is a kind of a vintage set, which I am attracted to as well, because you can do a lot of things with it. And if you make a mistake, no one would really know, because vintage has that worn look. And that would include mistakes that you could cover up, especially with these pieces right here. And for whatever reason, I am getting a little shaky, probably because I don't do very many videos. All right, let's get this on done. It takes so much time for my internet where I live to upload things, and so I don't do as many as I would like. Oh, that one is really bad. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Okay, so I got it colored, and so we know that we are going to be putting this there, and that looks really nice, but let's make it vintage. So we're gonna add those elements on top of it, and so I'm gonna work with the partial word one, and I'm gonna be bringing in my smoky slate stamp or ink. And what we're going to be doing is, I want this still to pop, so I don't want to do it full strength. So I'm going to be stamping off, so that would be considered second generation. And when I'm adding this, you don't want to be doing weird stuff with it. You want it to be straight, like you're reading a paper. So you do need to focus on keeping it straight. So I'm going to stamp off first, and it doesn't matter where you put these. We're just going to lightly put these on here, as long as it is straight. And you can double up. That's just fine. Okay, there we go. So let's just see how it's looking. Doesn't that look so nice? Okay, and so now we're going to add the splatter, which is where I kind of, if you make a mistake coloring or whatever, you can kind of angle that to cover it up, so to speak. So I'm going to be bringing in Pool Party for the splatter, and I am going to do that one in full strength, because that's the theme or the color of our project. And for this one, I encourage you to go in different directions to create a different splatter effect. And maybe a little bit more here. There, I think that looks good. Okay. So it's a little wet right now, so I'm going to let this dry for a second. And I'm going to be bringing in a smoky slate layer that we're going to be putting it on. So this is just a slightly bigger. So this is 3 5/8 by 5. And we are going to be adding this to our side of our card, because we are done stamping that. Okay, and then we will just flip this over. And as you can see, this was my first go, so you always get 2 tries. Woohoo! Didn't have it quite exactly where I wanted. Or needed it to be, actually. It's really, and we're going to put this on the smoky slate. And I can see it's still a little shiny and wet, so I have to be kind of careful with it. All right, so next we're going to be bringing in a Pool Party card base to put it on. And so let's do that. Okay, so there is our card front. Isn't that so pretty? We're going to add some more things to it, but before we go onward, I'm going to work on the inside. So I have the same size of Whisper White, or excuse me, Basic White, and I am going to be adding this sentiment right here. And it's really nice that the dies that come with it, this matches this one, and this one matches this one, and this cute little tag matches this one right here. But we are going to just work on the inside with this one. So I'm going to bring in my Memento Black, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment. Oh, I forgot. I also have a piece, so I'm carrying my theme on the inside of my card, and this is a 1/2 inch piece. Okay, and then we will just stamp this. Again, this is here, so we need to kind of make sure it's over here. Okay, and then we are going to add, oh, that did not come out very, we're going to do that again. I probably need to re-ink this. Let's give it a really good smush. Let's try that again. Okay, that's much better. Then we're going to add in, for fun, these little flowers here around our sentiment. And we'll just randomly put them wherever. Okay, and then we're going to color those two, and they're really small, so I'm not going to be doing 2 colors. I'm just going to do 1 color with them. So daffodil centers and pool party flowers. And then we're gonna, I don't know, I might not. Let me see what this looks like. I think I'm gonna add some of those speckles, or the words, I mean. There. And then now we can assemble the inside. And then I have another layer. Of smoky slate. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead and put that on the inside of our card, and then we can add some more things to finish off the front. Okay, there's our inside. There's our outside. Okay, so I told you that this one has a little tag, so I pre-stamped and die cut a tag out in Smoky Slate, and I am going to grab some white baker's twine. The hole is pretty big, so you can pretty much put any kind of ribbon you want in there for the most part. And we will just make a little cute little tag. And trim it. Okay. And I'm going to put this about here, and I'm going to do it with a glue or a dimensional. But I also want to say that, so this would looks good just like that, and if I was going to leave it just like that, I would not necessarily put on a dimensional for it because there's nothing dimensionalized, and then that would kind of look fake in my opinion. But I stamped another flower image and colored it, and then hand cut out 3 of the petals that we're going to add to this card to really make it a wow card. And so here they are. And so I'm going to add them randomly to the card with dimensionals. And so everything can be dimensionalized then, including my tag. So you could use the mini dimensionals or just cut them in half because these are kind of small. I mean, I suppose you could use big ones, but you don't really need to. So let's put the tag on first so I kind of know what I want to do here. Okay, right there. And then I got the 3 flowers, so we will add them kind of randomly around here. Maybe here. And 3 is good. It gives it that 3D uneven look kind of thing. Here. And maybe I'm going to cover this one up. There. Doesn't that look so pretty? Okay, so now we're going to add some bling to it, and then our card will be complete. And so I am going to add the rhinestones in Pool Party on here. So, whoops. Okay, so there is our completed card within matching inside using the Quiet Meadow bundle. I do have another one I wanted to show you, and here it is. So I did the exact same thing. This time I added some lace ribbon to get that vintage feel to it and use it on the tag. I did not do any 3Ding of the flowers. So the only thing I did was I added splatters here, and then I used, oh my goodness, I forgot the embossing folder from the holiday catalog on here to give it some texture that is similar to the word. So that embossing folder, dang it, I can't remember which one it is called from the holiday catalog that carried over and is still available. To give it some texture. So this one I did do the same technique, but I did the Bermuda Bay with the Pool Party, and so I layered it on Bermuda Bay, and then I used the Bermuda Bay / Coastal Cabana rhinestones to complete it. So there's just an example of a super easy card and super beautiful to be using with the Quiet Meadow bundle. So in the month of March, if you place a $40 order, you're going to get the card kit supplies for 3 projects, including the insides, using the Quiet Meadow bundle, or you can choose to get the rhinestones. But if you place a $70 order, you're going to get the card kit supplies, which also has a PDF showing you and telling you step by step how to put it together and or coloring it, because there is some blending that I did do in the card class. And you will also get the gems. So you'll get both. You'll get the card kit supplies and the gems with a $70 order. So I am going to show you a sneak peek of the projects. And then you can head over to my blog, AE Stamps a Latte, and check it out. So here they are, and I hope you enjoy the projects. Thanks.